Right. So, but at the meantime, how did yesterday class go? Maybe we can quickly start off with that as review. How was yesterday's class?
It was cool. For me, I think the only thing with these like online classes, I think the issue sometimes because of network, which is something beyond all our control. There's
Right.
issues there. Like sometimes I'd have issues where I can't hear you properly,
Oh,
or there'd be like an echo. You know, like the small little things that make it sort of But otherwise, it was cool.
all right. There was something I did yesterday. The second part of the class was recorded on video, which even right now I'm recording. So I would dump them on a private YouTube link, and then I'll share the link so that you guys can always access them. Okay. So that would help you play them back and, excuse me, kind of get a quick refresher for yourself, you know. So I think that's what I'm going to do. All right. So at the
Can I ask a question quickly?
Yes, please go ahead.
It's a side. It's not related to this. How long have you guys been working with Black Umbrellas?
2 years plus, I think. Hi, Amo. How are you?
Morning, how are
Do
you?
you know if
3 years now.
do you know if their rates increase annually, or it's just always been the same rate for this pre-incubation program?
Okay, sincerely, I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't have, but I think you can ask Leon that question. Just ask.
Right.
Just
All right,
ask.
cool.
I mean, that will pay every one of us. Just find out, you know. Okay, so quickly, once again, good morning. I think we've got 2 businesses in the house. I spoke to Leon yesterday regarding the t-shirt guy, and Leon said that from onset they've been trying to get through to him to just find out his state, and of course he's always complained about network, and so that has been one challenge. But like I did say, we'll put these videos together and dump them. Okay, so these videos are all going to be dumped on a private YouTube link. So if you search it out on YouTube, you wouldn't find it except we send you the link. Okay. So yesterday we had a recorded session of the video class, and I'm doing the same thing for this. So before we jump into today's class, which is Financial Model Canvas, I want us to do a quick recap of what we did yesterday. So tell me, we can give a start to what they learned within the last 2 sessions we've had, or 2 classes we've had for Value Proposition Canvas.
Sorry, please repeat that.
So I said, let's do a quick recap for what we did in the last week and yesterday on Value Proposition Canvas. So I'm asking if any one of you can give me a quick recap of what they learned with the value proposition model and canvas that we did. What did you learn? How has that impacted your business, or what has changed before you came into the class, and as at yesterday's section, and then what has changed in your thinking and in the way you want to go about your business? Okay, Amo?
One thing that I learned that is really important is there's a big difference between what you can offer as a business and what clients want. I think there's a big mistake we all make because we're all thinking, what can I offer, and we forget what does the client actually need.
Absolutely.
So one thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Adlian?
I think my take on this whole program was the importance of the value proposition and how it impacts the business as a whole and your clients. So that's one thing that I personally did not take into consideration or didn't see it as important. But after these classes, I saw the benefit of it and how it actually impacts the business and helps it to grow in relation to your customers and so. So that's one thing I took to heart.
Awesome. And Sabiso?
Yeah, I think with me it's more along the lines of what Amo said, being being able to sort of align what you're able to offer with what your customers want. You know, and also for me, it was also having to realize that I don't have just one customer. I have different types of customers. So therefore, I should sort of try to, each customer has their own needs, so to speak. So I should always try to align with what each customer wants. And it's not like a one size fits all sort of thing. It's like everybody has their own specific way of doing things or how they want their things, you know? So I have to sort of, maneuver through that.
Amazing. Okay, you guys are all spoken well. That at least there's clarity in terms of, from Amo's perspective, the fact that you need to know that it's not about what you want to do, but it's about what people want done for them, so that when they pay you, they know they're paying for what they've asked you for. All right. It is only when you offer value, beneficial value, not just value. Because I've also come to realize that sometimes you have value, but those value are not worth paying for. You get what I'm saying? I've been in a situation whereby I get involved with people or partners or even clients. And in a conversation, you thought that's what they wanted you to do. So, and you go ahead to do it. But at the end of the day, they don't pay for it because it wasn't what they're really looking for. So as a business, as a startup, as a small business, or as a micro enterprise, you must understand that you do what the customer wants you done. That's the only time you have a legal right to ask for money. You know why? Because they've requested a service or a product from you. Are you with me? So, and I mean, that is also helping even myself after over 12 years as an entrepreneur and the training businesses in this couple of years is also helping me to realize that it does not matter until a request is placed. Remember when we did the value proposition, we talked about customer's job. You get what I'm saying? So until a demand is placed for your offerings, you don't just go ahead and start offering. Somebody has to make a request, make a demand. And that demand has to be based on the fact that they realize that you have a solution that fits their needs. Are you getting my point? And from Atlan's point, where he stated that a lot of times we don't know the importance of what a value proposition is for our business. I mean, I believe after yesterday, it was easier for you to, in one statement, communicate the mission of your business. Are you understanding me? So you have what I call clarity of mission. It's not just mission statement. There is a mission statement. There is a clarity of mission. So you know this is who you are, this is what you do, and this is how you do it, and this is who you do it for. Do you understand? That is in one block statement, you've just unpacked the clarity of the mission of your business. Remember, I did say something to all of us when we started. I did say that this class, as Stewardship Consulting, part of our goal is to help every business owner find purpose, meaning, and what profits. That is, in the pursuit of you doing your business, you know there is a reason why you decided to jump into this industry. And which is one thing I did ask the very first class. And I think it was only Tabiso who said to us that I think he's gone to the club and he got high and, I think it was wasted and it felt like we spent a lot of money drinking. What if we started our own brand? Am I correct, Tabiso? Am I almost there?
Yeah, almost.
All right. So I'm trying to recall what you said at the bar. Now, you don't just wake up and start. Right? You don't just say no. Oh, this is it. And I was putting together some write up this morning, some content in my head, and I needed to say this out that to conceive a vision, that creativity and ideas only come from the realm, and that realm is not a physical realm, right? It comes from a realm higher than you. There always a higher realm, and that realm could be, and is a spiritual realm. For those of us who are spiritual. For those who get high, to tap into their realm. So you discover that a creative musician or producer believes that he needs to get high on some certain content, to be able to create music. Are you getting what I'm saying? The reason is because to create comes from a realm that the physical does not just align naturally. It's not a natural thing. If it was, everybody would be creating something. Are you getting what I'm saying? So whatever you guys tapped into that brought you this far didn't come from just the fact that you were ordinary. No, something drove you there. And that realm, just think about it as an imaginative realm. Your imagination is a realm, all right? Now, within the realm, everything is possible. Within the realm, you can right now buy a private jet, fly down to China, beat up Chinese people, go to America, beat up anybody you want to beat up, get back into your private jet and fly back to South Africa. In that realm, you can actually get to Wall Street or get to Silicon Valley and have a coffee with whosoever you want to. Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, whosoever it is. In that realm, you can actually be sharing a cup of, having a conversation over coffee with the president of South Africa in this realm. It is an imaginative realm. There is nothing that holds this realm back. And that's how creativity works. But you need to understand that in translating imagination to reality, takes process, takes time, and requires resources. And those resources could span between human resources, financial resources, skills, and tools, because they are resources. So whatever you guys are doing right now with Black Umbrellas is because you are busy trying to translate what you captured within their realm, okay? So I guess Tabiso got high to a level and it caught something in their realm. And that gave birth to the beautiful brand, luxury vodka brand called Vashili. But look at it, in our needs to bring that realm into reality. And bringing the realm into reality requires a lot of stuff. And that's why you guys are going through this process, so that you don't make mistakes, you don't burn out. And you see in that realm, everything happens within seconds. The start to finish is like a movie. But it's like you're watching a 4-season movie in seconds. Everything is clear. Now, but in bringing them into reality, you're going to take process, time and process. So ideas are spirit beings, so are your visions, so are your bodies. And the reason I'm saying this is something drove you into the realm. Whatever drove you into the realm could have been the things you saw, the inadequacies, the lapses, the challenges out there that you saw. And that helped you when you now started to think about it. You started to catch visions, ideas, business ideas started to crop up in your mind. So it is important to understand why you got into something. Why did I start ROS accounting? Why did I start this brand? Why did I get into this business? Because the why will always keep you going when there is a lot of what's that are not working to keep you down. All right? So enough of this motivation. Now let's get back to what we did yesterday. I just need you all to now read out your value proposition statement, beg your pardon. So just state them clearly, like someone who is talking to Cyril Ramaphosa, or you're talking to Patrice Motsepe, or you're talking to the Minister of Small Business Development, and they're asking you, okay, we're about to put money in your business. Who are you and what do you do? So this is how I want you to go about the speech. Introduce yourself. Good morning. My name is Tonito Samuel, and I am the founder of ABC. ABC.ABC. Are you get what I'm saying? And then you now reel out your value proposition canvas. Are you with me? All right. So let me start with the two-in-one company, RS Consulting. So who's the PR or the spokesperson for the company?
That will have to be definitely.
Why me?
All right, so give it a shot. Let's go.
Okay. My name is Khalang Ramiti. I am a co-founder of RS Accounting Solutions. And our accounting, tax, and admin support services helps SMEs and startup companies who want company financial and regulatory structure in place and structural day-to-day operations while saving them time and money. By offering timely submissions, quality financial statements, and value for price, while reducing the risk associated with accounting, unlike other typical accounting companies.
Awesome. Good. So you guys are going to do yourself a very good favor, because on the day you're having your pitch, your presentation, the panel presentation, you have to communicate this value proposition of heart. Okay? So learn it. It's not just because of the panel. It is also because of this is your first marketing statement that you're going to be communicating with potential clients, all right? And anybody who cares to know what you do. You're getting my point? Awesome. Let's clap for this group. You guys have done well. All right, so let's hear Tabiso. Introduce yourself.
Okay.
And the business and value proposition.
Okay, cool. My name is Tabiso Makodi. I'm the founder and CEO of Vashele Premium Vodka. Our luxury vodka brands helps refined individuals who want a high quality spirit and brand that they can identify with by offering them a high quality vodka brand and access to an elite community, unlike any other regular everyday brands.
Awesome. I like the word. So you got the word refined.
Yeah, refined individual.
Awesome. Can we clap for that? That's a good one. All right. So now there's a question I said I was going to ask each and every one of us going forward. Remember I said yesterday that this value proposition will make proper sense right now, okay? Now, but going forward, COVID-19 has happened. Markets and behaviors are definitely changing. So what are your adaptive plan to manage the behavioral shift? What are your contingency plans, or what are your going forward plans, your future plan that you would have or you would need, or that you're putting together in place to now manage your markets? All right. So what are they? Have you ever thought about them? No.
I have.
Okay, so tell me, Tabiso, tell us.
I have, but then what we wanted to do is we didn't want to end up doing something that is, just for the sake of being able to operate during this time. We didn't want to do something that is too far off what we normally do.
Right.
So one of the things was we realized that, okay, during lockdown, like a lot of people wanted alcohol, right? But unfortunately, we can't serve them. We can only serve after the lockdown has been lifted. But it sort of gave us, it showed us that, let's say if bottle stores were to open, but it's only on a takeaway basis. Yeah. It shows us that, okay, cool. We have an advantage there because our delivery has always been quick, right? It just shows us that, okay, we need to invest a bit more to make it a bit more quicker.
All right.
That's the first thing. The second thing would be also things like sanitizer, given the fact that alcohol, obviously ethanol, that you can make sanitizer from that. That's also an avenue that we're okay, cool. That's something that we could do. So yeah. So that's the only two things for us so far.
Amazing. So that means from Tabiso's perspective, Vashele while making alcohol, can also produce sanitizers.
Yeah.
Good one. Good thinking. So I think you should plug that into your model as part of your offerings going forward.
Yeah.
You know why? Because research or information reaching us from researchers says that it might take whatever vaccine they're producing now, they need about 6 to 18 months to test. So the use of face masks, sanitizers will be on for another 6 months. So you can tap into that market and also have a market share. Why? Because that product is the fastest product that runs out of the shelf right now in every store. Right?
Yeah.
Amazing. Good one. ROS Accounting, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, we haven't implemented anything. It's just ideas that we had in terms of how we're going to maintain the current clients that we have and also try to get more clients. Because now, because of this lockdown, a lot of companies are not making as much anymore. Right. So they don't really need accounting services, or they do, but they're cutting down on it. So what we're trying to do is offer them additional services for free. So if you want someone to help with your VAT, then we can offer to do your bookkeeping, such things, just to attract new clients and just to maintain the ones that we currently have. So we haven't thought of a big thing that we can implement, but those are the small things that we've thought of.
Right, makes a lot of sense. It's okay, but I think you guys start to look at or start to consider technology as a framework to enable your services. Are you getting my point? Because I'm sure if you have a portal or a platform that allows Tabiso to download your app or go to your website, don't even think app right now, okay? Just let him have an account and be able to go to your website and create an account, and all of his daily activities can be managed, his inventories, his stock, and that platform can almost automatically generate a simple financial statement for him, all right, for his business. And all he needs to pay is pay you a certain amount monthly. Are you getting what I'm saying? So from that place, you can check a button that allows him to perhaps does this tax filing or whatever model you want to put together. Just think about it. I think you guys should consider how you're going to use technology to fly faster this time around. Of course, whatever I'm proposing to you already exists with different platforms like Sage, and there are other people, right? So, but think about it that you can use something, you can produce something that is cheaper, and then you can even do a complete copy and paste model of what Sage has and just charge cheaper, all right? So you now edge your market, or you fight your market, your entrance strategy without be using price war as a model to enter your market. So instead of paying 350, instead of Tabiso paying 350 or 380 or 400 rand to Sage to offer such service, imagine him paying 200 rand. I'm sure everybody would want to come to you as long as the offerings are the same. So think about it. And with that, you can do more, have more clients everywhere in Africa, if not on the world, without you having to leave your your locations, and perhaps also reducing overheads. Because what happens if it's just the two of you and you have 4 people demanding for your services? That means 2 other clients will have to suffer, and that will affect your value proposition, where you spoke about time as one of your strengths to deliver solutions and services. Are you getting it? So you and I must start thinking forward. Going forward, what are we going to be doing differently that makes us relevant even after COVID-19, right?
Yeah.
All right, good one. So you guys have done well with that value proposition class. So I'm convinced that you guys have done well. So what you guys will do for me, apart from the value proposition statement that you've developed, I need you all to complete that soft copy of value proposition canvas we give to you, all right? I need you all to fill it in and send it through to Infanello, all right?
Okay.
So today, let's go to today's class. Remember, at some point we'll have to go on break. 5 minutes break, and I create a new account. And the reason why I'm doing that is yesterday one of our directors, Wale, had already asked us to use a paid version for Zoom. But my worry is if we use that paid version of Zoom, the video will get too long to upload. So I don't want to have issues, so that when it's time for you to also download or access them, they come in small bites, okay? Yesterday video was about 100 MB. So, it's funny, not everybody can download 100 MB with some kind of network, you get, okay? So I don't want us to just think about ourselves because we use fiber. It's not everybody that's on fiber as well. You get my point? So welcome to today's class, Financial Model Canvas for Small Business Owner, all right? Now, if you remember the first 2 classes we put together in terms of BMC and VPC, you will see us give kudos to Strategizer as part of the people who developed that model that we used to teach you. But FMC is an in-house model developed by one of our directors, Wale Mibiola, and so these we had to put together to help small businesses find and understand their finances. The biggest bane of every small business is the inability to manage the business financials, all right? So with this class today, you will be learning how to put together a financial statement. Now, the reality is what I'm about to teach you would almost at some point make you eliminate ROS accounting, because if you can do some certain things by yourself, you may not need ROS accounting services at a very small level, all right? So you now see why I asked you guys to begin to think of a model to reinvent your business processes and your business offerings, okay? Why? Because if you go through this class, it is highly possible that you would know and learn how to do your business financials, the basic, put together your balance sheet, put together your financial statement, your income statement. Are you getting what I'm saying? your cash flow statement. And once you're able to do that, that's the basic you need. All right? Of course, that is absolutely different from a financial statement, your financial statement in a proper way. But all of this, if you can do, I don't know how to explain this to you, but if you have the knowledge to do these basic things, you might cut down on what you pay an accountant, right? And it's not just the fact that you want to cut down on what you pay an accountant. It's the fact that when an accountant gives you a financial document, you can interpret it as a business owner. Are you getting my point? You can interpret it. So it's not that somebody has mumbled some jargons into a Excel sheet and they have given it to you. Well, because you don't understand it, you just agree and accept it. And in taking this class for over a year now with small businesses in different Black Umbrella campuses, we've discovered that at the end of this class, people say, what? So my accountant has been playing on me since they've been, because they've been paying for things they ought not to pay for. And which they pay to the accountant, and the accountant is busy living the life while these businesses are struggling to live the life, all right? So welcome to Financial Model Canvas for Small Business Owner. So today, let's see what we have. All right, can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right, understanding business financials. How much can you see on this part? 85? 85 what?
Billion.
Can you see the screen? 85 billion in global sales. 85 billion rand in global sales. Now, so when I take this class, I do this exercise, all right? Which is, how many of you made it to 5 billion rand last year? So RS Accounting, you guys say you've been in business for 10 months, right?
Yeah.
Sabiso, how long have you been in business?
It'll be a year in July.
All right.
So that's how many?
Okay.
About 9 months or so.
All right. So big question now is, how many of you made 85 billion rand last year? Or since you started? Okay, none yet. None yet. So I'm not going to say never. None yet, because we can make this. That's a reality. We can make this. Okay, fine. So how many of us made 8.5 billion rand, 10% of this last year? Or none? Okay, 10%. So how many of us made 1%? 1% is 815 million. Right? Am I correct?
1% of what?
1% of 85 billion rand is 850 million.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
None
No.
yet. Okay. Okay. 0.1% is how much?
None of that either.
Is 85 million, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 0.01% is how much? 8.5 million.
8.5.
No. 0.01. We've not made that yet.
850.
All right.
No.
So, okay. 0.001%. That's
close.
That's going to be how much?
85,000.
850,000.
No.
Huh? Okay, so 0.0001%.
Close to that number.
All right, so Tabiso made close to 85,000, 0.0001% of the global sales in rand. Okay, amazing. I mean, that's not bad for a business under 1 year. Not bad. RS Accounting. You said what? You made more than
when you say last year, do you mean like
no, since you started. Since you started.
Oh, since you started. 85,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Atlang, how much did you make? How much is it?
Yeah, we were looking at
Probably,
yeah, almost there, 70 something.
Plus minus.
Plus minus 70 something in 10 months.
Yeah.
So 0.000. So you both fall under this class. Now, the reason why I do this arithmetics for every session when I take this class or this breakdown is because if you don't see money differently, if you don't see financial review, budget speech, State of the Nation address, if you don't see it differently, you would never understand money and you never understand how the money market works. So going forward, whenever the president or the financial minister, minister of finance stands in front of you and I to talk about the budget of the country, please, you and I as business owners should get ourselves outside the political perspective of that and get into how we make money from this. You get what I'm saying? So we are business owners, we're not politicians. So we don't want to get ourselves involved in who is going on the streets. It's none of our business. The question is there's 85 billion rand or there is 320 billion rand financial year 2020. You need to ask yourself, how much percent of that money needs to come to me as a business owner? Are you getting my point now? So if because this entire money explains the money that has gone around in global sales in South Africa. So I ask you this now. In 2020, how many of you know what the budget is? Are you saying? So I'm saying it's time to stop watching Isidingo, Isibaya.
The river.
River, Queens, Mbewu, Simpson, Scandals. And it's time to start, watch a little, but focus more on the information that adds value to what you do. Are you getting what I'm saying? Focus more on the information that would help you reposition your business and help you understand what you're really chasing. Help you understand the industry that you play in, how that industry is playing, and what are the offerings, opportunities that are available within that industry. And that is what is going to help you become a champion from the perspective of a business owner and help you navigate through the entire journey. Why? Because you are pretty well informed on how you will be doing business going forward. All right, so this class particularly helps us. The thing is, do you need a better approach for understanding the drivers of profitability while developing an appreciation for business financials? Absolutely, yes. I just asked you a question doing the arithmetics of how much percentage of the global sales came to you, and you and I both understood right now that not much of it came to us. The reason why much of it didn't come to us is because somehow, somewhere, we were busy not paying attention to the things we should pay attention to. Right? So going forward, you and I need to understand how this works. So why do small businesses fail? Remember, we took this when we started our first class. There was a graph about this business, this model with the number one startup mistakes. Okay, you saw that. Now, but the big question is, why do businesses fail? And the top reasons why businesses or startups or small businesses fail is no market need. They still rank what we spoke about, building what people don't want. Top startup mistakes. So we touched on these in our first two classes. Now, how many small businesses and startups fail and when do they fail? So you discover that in the first year, 20% of startup pack up. All right? In second year, 34%. Are you getting what I'm saying? 34% of this business is pack up. So now, you're 10 months old RS consultant. So with Sheila, you're about 1 year old and you're still standing. Are you getting me? All right, so now, but we want to see you after 5 years. Would you still be standing? After 10 years, would you still be standing? Now, you standing after 10 years, many times does it also equate to how much you've been able to acquire for the business or made for the business? I was having a conversation with one of my protege, and because he started following me on Facebook, and he did ask me a question. So he saw that, because he asked me a question, what is the strength of my staff members from my private business? And I said to him, at the moment, I used to have 7 staffs, but right now I'm the only person. Nobody's on payroll. Everybody's on contracts. So it is as the job comes, you get on the project, okay, and you get paid. And I was like, "Well, you've been in operation for over 12 years now." I said, "Yes." And I was like, "He thinks I should have over 500 staffs," and I said, "Why?" Do you understand me now? And I said, "Why?" And I was like, "No, I mean, you've been that I'm doing what capitalists do." I said, "Okay, so what would you have desired to do?" He said, "Maybe like socialism, where you create opportunities for others." And I said, "Okay, that's a good thinking, but I'm a business person. I'm not a socialist. And as a businessman, I should be a very conscious capitalist." Do you understand what I'm saying? Not just capitalist, but a very conscious capitalist. Meaning I must take small, turn small to great, and continue to minimize my overheads so that I can increase my profit margin. That's how it works. That's how businesses that grow. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
That's how it works. So you walk into a Woolworths store, you walk into a Pick and Pay store, into a Spa store. There is always a small section where you see 2 or 3 people, irrespective of their race, who are the real managers, who run that place. And you find other people sitting at the table. You get, it's a model. So you need to find what works for your business. But the end point is, and I said to him, don't forget that there is something called business environment and economics. So when you shift base from a different market and a different location, you need to unlearn what you thought you knew about your business model and relearn a model that works for the market that you found yourself. All right? So now we are going to jump into the next slide, but I'm going to give us 5 minutes break so that we now get into the financial model canvas. Okay? So take your time. I need you all to get your paper, get your pen, and we'll get back into the class right away. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Great.